Okay. Hey, we're live. You're live with Garrett and Israel, and we're on a little road trip, and we wanted to try out our YouTube live. We're excited. We got over our 50 subscribers, right, on YouTube, Garrett?
We're aiming for 100, so if you like what you see, and even if you don't, please like and subscribe to our page, my friends.
Your treat for us getting to 50 is that you get us live today. Garrett's taking me out to a Notre Dame football game today. And you might not know Garrett is a Notre Dame fan if you've never met Garrett or seen a...
or heard me talk. Go Irish.
Seen a picture?
We're taking on the Navy, and hopefully it's the forecast is rain, and I hope it's raining Notre Dame touchdowns all day.
So it's Notre Dame versus the United States of America. Way to go.
You know where my loyalties lie, Israel, and everybody out there. I'll let you guys answer that question.
So, Main Stage Improv has been very busy the last couple weeks.
Very busy.
We had, besides some graduation shows, or last week we had the Halloween show, and then a graduation show on Saturday, the next day, and then last night we had our really fun Friday night jam at the Tinley Park Performing Arts Center. So, are you not busy enough, Garrett, or what's going on?
No, I'm trying to book now morning and midnight shows 5 days a week, Monday through Sunday, with 2 days off. So.
No, it's been fun though. Some really good shows. A real big difference. Like you said, I wasn't able to make the Saturday show of your advanced graduation course, but talk a little bit about that. How'd that go?
That went excellent. Like we had 8 performers. I jumped in, so I counted myself as an 8th performer, and it was so fun. One of my former students, who's now a Main Stage full-time cast member, Lynn, she was actually in the crowd in a halftime or intermission, but we're going to a football game, so it's halftime. She said, "Garrett, the chemistry on stage is so incredible," and it was that night. And you know, as a coach or a director, if you could bottle that and sell it, you would, right? It was magical. Everybody just stepped up, and it was so fun for me to just jump in. I'm so busy teaching a lot of the people that rapport, and I see what they do well, but I'm not actually getting my reps with them and building that same rapport. So it was so fun to improvise with them, and then they were hosting games, so I could sit back and relax, enjoy most of a graduation show.
Yeah, and this was advanced 2.5.
2.5, right? Yeah.
So what's the difference with that? What are these students? Seen them before, or what's going on?
So I have a fundamentals class, an advanced class, an advanced 2.0, and this was the advanced 2.5. And we did actually have secret auditions during one of the practices for an open mic show. And I had my assistant director, Brandon, and one of my main stage players, Jules, come out, and I got some notes and feedback. And again, I've been on a journey with these people for the last year to 14 months. So I fully know what they're capable of, even sometimes when they don't know themselves. But the advanced 2.5 was different in that at the end, we didn't give certificates out. Again, I played with the performers for the graduation show, and they hosted the bulk of the games. So it felt like just a real Main Stage Improv show where I'm not just hosting the whole show and then they come out. They are fully fledged Main Stage Improv members now. They're great. And as one of my improv mates, Mike McCauley, who's part of Main Stage Improv, and Mike McCauley, for those who don't know, he studied under Del Close. And if you don't know who Del Close is, he trained Bill Murray, all the way to like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and all those heavyweights in between, as well as Mike McCauley. And he has such a wealth of improv experience that he brings to the stage and behind the scenes off stage. He'll be part of our upcoming Christmas show, and
does wonders with a clipboard.
Does wonders with a clipboard, but he's a great teammate and a better person even. And the one thing about having a Mike McCauley cast, it raises everybody's level of what can be done because he's so talented.
And prompt, he's always there right on time, which makes a great cast member.
Especially, but with that said, he said to me about mid-year, he said, Garrett, you're doing something that's pretty admirable. You're building a formidable cadre of improvisers. And it's true. There's people who 2 years ago, yourself included, who never did improv.
January will be the anniversary of the first class laughs, but 2 years since the first improv class.
In Orland.
In person, right?
That I did in person in Orland Park. I do it for Tinley Park District as well. And it's been a great journey to see people grow. And then kind of have that self-discovery of things they can do. And it's a process. Like, I'm in those classes, I'm discovering what they can do as we add skills and what they do really well. And I'm discovering what their teammates do really well. And then pairing them up is kind of the magic. So I'm really excited and happy for what's to come in 2026, because I think we're really hitting our stride. And
let's talk a little bit about the Halloween show. That was fun. All the cast was in costumes. A lot of the audience came out in costumes. And one thing which, we were really kind of gambling on was that we did the show on Halloween night. And what are your thoughts afterwards?
Yeah, my wife, many moons ago, she's a lawyer, but many moons ago, she worked at La Petite Academy when she was late teens, early 20s, and she said, Garrett, Halloween night, that's like families do a lot of stuff, people go to parties. She said there'd be kids at La Petite Academy on Christmas Eve, like tons. I guess the parents were shopping or just didn't want to handle the kids, but Halloween, she said, it was empty. And so she said, you're kind of risking it. And I said, well, I want to be that option for those who don't have an option. Maybe the kids just went off to college and they have nothing to do. People have a great costume, but nowhere to show it. And I was excited when I saw how many people, I think we had like 25 plus people in the costume contest.
Yeah.
People were
Stage was full. It was awesome.
It was awesome. And so we were that option for people. And we were dressed up too in costume, but it was like a fun night. And it is very difficult sometimes, depending on your costume, to improvise in a costume because it can be restricting and stuff.
And you come out and try to act as one character when you're like, Kevin dressed as in a dress.
Like so sometimes it's better. The old Second City style would be you wear a black shirt, black pants, so you're kind of effectively a black box for what the audience sees, so you can be anything. And that's why if you're dressed to the nines, you look great, and you're playing a pauper, it kind of sometimes misfires. So you say that's like the traditional thing, and that's true. Whenever you go to Second City or most places, it's very, you don't want your outfit to be part of the show. It's right. Yeah.
So how did you see those when in the places you've been that people have varied in that way and done, or what made you break from a tradition of improv?
So now at Second City, you don't wear all black. You can just wear nice clothes, right? But you still want to wear pants, no hats, because it will cover your face, because your facial expressions help sell comedy, right? If they can't really see you or your face is caught in shadow. But back in the day, old school Second City, it would be just black, and the traveling Second City would wear black outfits. Actually, we're going to Notre Dame. When I was a student here my junior year, I took somebody out to Second City at St. Mary's, the traveling Second City, and it was a great show. And they were all in black. But nowadays, Moraine Valley hosts the traveling Second City. They're coming in December. We're going to that show, actually. And they wear nice outfits. But if you have too nice of an outfit, it can be distracting, like you said. So when we launched Main Stage, my thing was wear dark clothes, dark top, dark pants, or nice jeans are fine. No ripped jeans. We're not in a
tank tops every now and then.
Yeah, midriffs are fine, depending. No, you don't want to see me in a midriff. I'll tell you that. But that'll steer any crowd away.
But costumes are a very different thing. It can be a big
fun.
Difference even then. Yeah, a lot of fun, and it was fun with the cast.
And it is like there's a fun visual there. So it's kind of like Halloween. for that specific thing,
Yeah.
I think it's a fine balance. But if you're doing that every show, it would be very distracting. And we do theme shows. We do the Star Wars show in May. May the 4th be with you. We have that show coming up on May the 3rd because May the 4th is on a Monday. And as I joked before, I don't really want to be doing shows on Mondays through Sundays. But either way, it'll be a fun show, and we will be dressed in our Jedi garb. But that one we do stay in character, and we have some sketches too.
Yeah. So let's talk about the jam a little bit. This is the second jam that we've done, right?
Yeah, number 2. And the reason I did the jams is we had a summer show, and then I was taking a hiatus for July, where I just had some of the main stage players teach some short courses for main stage, some specialists, but I had everybody in the summer show saying, let's do more. What do we want? And so I then scheduled some of these jams for this part of the year.
So explain what the difference is with the jam compared to a regular show.
Sure, it's more casual, and it's fan interactive. Like all improv shows, if done right, people are raising their hand or yelling suggestions out, or there'll be a couple games where they join us on stage. Well, here we have the bulk of the games. We ask for audience participation to come up on stage, and I know that's daunting, but it's okay to sit back and watch. Some audience members don't want to come up on stage. In fact, when I first met Israel, it was at the Curtain Call Theater. They have a jam tonight at 7 to 9 p.m. in downtown Mokina.
Sells out. Get your tickets.
It does
now.
sell out. Ken Shahansky does a great job, and some of my peeps will be there too. But that's where I met Israel. He was at Little Al's, the bar afterwards, and said, "You guys
Hey,
were
I
on
don't have
stage."
to give away all my private secrets.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's got stalkers.
Find me a Little Al's later.
Yeah, but needless to say, that was a trip. That was a tip to the process servers looking for Israel Smith. What happened there is we then struck up a friendship, and I said, "Why didn't you get on stage?" And you said, "Oh, I couldn't do that." And then a few months later, he joined my fundamentals courses, and the rest is history. Israel is a fan favorite, and you're super quick on stage, and so it's a joy to have you in the cast.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and it's kind of neat that I ended up being part of that first class. And last night is the jam. Martha came back, which is one of the first classers, and we got to get up and do one of our sketches again. That was a lot of fun. But it's really cool how so many people that have come in over the past 2 years and participated in classes have really connected and created this big main stage family. It's pretty cool to see and exciting to see where it could go and keeps going in the future.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I'm very humbled is the word of it's more than just comedy on a stage. You can't whistle a symphony, so improv has to be played together. But there's something, and I purposely bake it into my courses, where I don't want a group of improvisers, I want a team, and teams care about each other. And last Sunday, I was at Katie and Brendan's, shout out to Unexpected Company, that's another class of mine. But that class typically has Friendsgivings and invite other members that are outside of their class to come join them as well. So it is this big community, and I get so many texts and emails and just kind words saying what the whole experience has meant to them and what it's done for their life off the improv stage, not just on the improv stage. It is about the community, building these friendships. And one of my sayings is, and it's on my website, but I've said this many a times, but people say the closest distance between two people is a smile, but I believe an even closer distance is shared laughter. And there's something magical about it. From those practices, we're in tears laughing, or those classes, we're in tears laughing. And if we have 10% of that type of fun and that type of laughs on the shows, they're going to be like successful shows, and they have been. But there's something cathartic about laughing together, sharing those experiences together that build true friendships. Yeah,
it's like a mix of vulnerability. If you're doing things that most people are like, that's silly. Like, I feel goofy doing that in front of another person, as well as a common shared skill, because it is, as you do more of it, it is a built skill, and you learn the people that you really interact with well and enjoy getting to share stage time with. On top of that, just the fact of you've been through the classes together, or it's a really cool bonding experience. And we were talking last night after the show, but when we did the podcast with Ken at Curtain Call, and he talked about, he goes, as a kid, I remember, the time I felt the safest and the most, protected, and that was when my parents were all laughing and having a good time. And I thought, wow, that really struck with me. It's so true. I mean, to have time where you can just laugh, it's a safe, it's a protected, it's an awesome space where you can just let go, and it's awesome.
No, I agree. And, I'm not out there to make big, sweeping statements with humor. We just want to share laughs. So I do reinforce, it's a safe space. I don't want people censoring themselves in their heads, but you want to respect your teammates and so on and so forth. So there is something magical about it. Although once in a while I have to take out the belt and no.
If you ask nicely.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I have a shirt that says "Father of Improv." No,
Big Daddy Improv, I think, is what it made us put on there.
Yeah. Israel has a cricket, so he made that for me. But yesterday, going back to the jam, so there was a lot of nice talent in the audience. One of our main stage performers, Jamie Novotny's daughter, came up, and she is excellent. She was at the last jam, and people are like, "Who is this person?" And we're having dinner at Baracco's afterwards in Orland Park, and somebody is like, "Jamie, that's your daughter?" Some of us knew, some of us didn't know, and super talented. So the apple doesn't far fall from the improv tree, because Jamie's very talented, and it's nice to see and make those discoveries. And I think like people have natural talents or they're natural hams, right? Another guy, Rick, who's the boyfriend of our castmate Judy Bashansky, and he came up in a few games, was funny, and he even won. We had a competition game that he won. So kudos to Rick. And
he also came dressed in costume for the Halloween show last week too.
His costume was awesome.
It was.
So it is a community. People know they can have fun, and it's big laughs for a nice price. And you want to spend your Friday night at home, that's fine. But if you want to come out and enjoy,
you'll be a loser. That's okay.
How many times can you binge watch Breaking Bad on Netflix?
It's not leaving for 3 more weeks. Come on.
So you have time. But these shows are unique. So not all the shows have the same amount of games. The audience varies, and is very interactive. So the audience does drive where we go with these shows. And then, I don't know, every show's different. Like, you can point to why they were so good and why they were successful.
What shows do you really like? This year, we think about the variety from all the way from the Christmas show, which was a lot of sketches, had our own songs, like a lot of fun with, characters, and Santa Claus was there. And then, I think we did the open mic nights, what's yours? Like, if you had to pick one that you like the most.
I'll say this, because we got coming up Sunday, December 14th, 6 p.m. to, oh, that's my contact calling me now. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We do have Santa in the cast. Now, this Santa is the Santa at WGN's Magnificent Mile Parade. Actually, it's the Magnificent Mile Parade that you see on WGN. And his elf, Sparkle. So we have a really cool Christmas show coming up. I love Christmas because we do the sketches and improv, and at the end we have Santa on his chair, and you can come up and get free pictures. It's a PG-13 show, so bring the kids. Santa stays in character. There's not going to be any sort of disconnect.
He reveals at the end, Santa Claus ain't real.
But with that said, and I love that. I love what we did last year, 2024. We had heavy hitters. Mike McCauley, as I mentioned, super experienced. Ken Shahansky, Madison Younglove, myself. I'm putting myself as heavy. No, but I'm just strictly.
He
talking
usually
about,
says his name first, which is weird.
I'm strictly talking about when I step on a scale, not my acumen. No, but we had Logan Rutherford. Logan, myself, and Mike were part of my 100% gluten Second City troupe that did shows there. So we knew the process of doing sketch and improv in that style, in that format. We've had experience where we add music to the shows and stuff. But then we had some newbies like yourself, Adam, Santa Adam, who he came and he said, I loved being that first practice, being part of that think tank. And Brandon Vlack, who's my assistant director, super talented, super funny, but man, I gotta tell you, that show was tops. It still makes me laugh. But that was 2024 in December. So my favorite show for 2025 was a show we had in I can't remember if it was March or May. It was Comedy Gladiators.
Yeah.
Comedy Gladiators was a great show because we had 4 teams of 3 former students. So you had 3 people, Israel, and some teammates from First Class Laughs going against Brendan, Katie, and Malavika of Unexpected Company. We had Heather, Megan, Keisha, Chris. So we had other teams facing against each other, and they were still students, right? They were still students. You guys had graduated, and it was so fun. And the winners were actually a group that was still in classes, and that was Megan, Chris, and Keisha, and they kicked butt, but like it was
had nothing to do with how many people they brought to the show.
Well, the audience were the judges, but then there was myself, Adam, and Mike McCauley as judges. But I will say this, it was tight. So it was a 4-way tie. We got into overtime, did a game as a tiebreaker. Mike tallied, and the 2 finalists actually were the 2 finalists on his scorecard based on how he was scoring the 185 game. But I loved it because I got to mix some of the best people from each class. And you know how you improve with improv is you improv with other improvisers and other improvisers who are talented, sometimes have a higher skill level with you. Just like I mentioned, Mike McCauley bringing up everybody's talent level just by working with them on a show. You have people that, oh, look what Israel does. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to steal some of that, or mimic it.
Yeah. No, I've gotten really good with a clipboard since my college.
But I love the fact that you can't just stand pat, and people grow at different rates, and then you find strange glue. I remember some of these people in classes going, I can't wait one day to see Israel get paired up with Heather for Hitchhiker. And you know what? You guys are dynamite. Like, you guys just kill it. Like, I don't have to worry at all. The scene's going to be dynamite. And you guys have fun up there. And if you have fun up on stage, the audience will have fun watching you. Generally speaking, it's a true fact.
No, I agree. The shows where the cast is having fun, I think, is when it transfers best through to the audience. Fun.
Right. Yeah, 100%. And there's something, like I said, if you could bottle whatever that is, because each show is different. Each show has a different vibe. You know, I don't know. Some are more chill. Some are like yesterday, because we had people coming in, and we sat in. Some of our guys just sat in the wings of the seats so that they could come up for their sketches and their improv games. And there was something additive there, because we laugh at ourselves, right? So like, we're also laughing in the audience, and the audience is laughing, and they see us walking up, so it kind of plies them too, or at least take that. And you're in safe hands. We're not gonna. This isn't like a comedy club. If you're in the first row, we're picking on you. No, there's an unstated rule in improv that, you know, if you raise your hand to volunteer somebody, you've volunteered yourself. So, and we don't pick people. We don't want to pick on people, because if they don't want to be there, it'll show, and we want people to be comfortable up there. have fun up there so that the audience in turn has fun.
Yeah. So what else is, we've got, we kind of talked about what's going on through the rest of the year. And where do you see Main Stage a year from now?
Well, we are continuing to grow. I am expanding with teaching, having teachers teach under me. And so
talk a little bit different this year. You did the speech classes, the character classes. More was offered along that line too, right?
That's true. So Main Stage Improv is just a subset of Main Stage Productions LLC. So I do business as Main Stage Improv, but we have other subsets. One of them is Speak Like a Champion Today, where my wife, who's a lawyer, and myself, we teach speaking techniques for people. And one of our students, Anne, is currently preparing for a TEDx Lakeshore Drive. She is a phenomenal speaker, and I can't wait for her TED Talk. But that's so fun to work with my wife. So it's a different element, a different vibe. She's super smart. She adds something that I don't add. I'm not saying I'm not super smart, but I'm saying
Thanks for clarifying that, Garrett.
No, but it's like the yin to my yang. That's even worse. But that's an even worse analogy. But I love working with Mandy because I like what she brings to the table, and I always tell my wife she should write a book because of how she presents topics and then how she delves into them and unpeels the layers. She'll say something that on the surface seems very provocative, like, oh, what? What are you talking about? How, what? And then she'll peel it back and you're like, oh my God, you're right. So, but she also using the Socratic method, like a lot of these lawyers do, where you just ask questions and you'll get to the truth. And, I'm more of a, heart on the sleeve type guy. I shoot from the hip and stuff. So I like how we pair up in class. I love how we also are currently doing a discussion class, a discussion panel class, which is a subset of the Speak Like a Champion Today series, where we talk about hot topics and we do it in a civil manner. And we have people from all different backgrounds and ages that talk about these things. And I gain knowledge and understanding. And understanding doesn't mean you agree with the person, but you can at least see their side and try to begin to understand where they're coming from.
It's a very helpful, very timely course for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's something needed. Open discourse at a time where people, I know now we're getting serious, a time where people go, you can't talk about that or don't speak about that. No, I think we as adults, we need to hash things out in a civil way. I don't think it's healthy to say villainize or vilify people and call people who are your brothers and sisters literally or neighbors and not want to speak to them. That absence of communication is very dangerous. Very dangerous, I think.
Yeah, and that's, I think, one of the best things you can get out of improv, or at least I've gotten, is just improving communication and, why I sought it out in the first place. But so hearing that, and also there was the Mike McCauley taught the course as well.
Characters, yeah.
So now let's talk about a year from now. What do you want to, if we were to look back a year from now, what do you hope to see?
World domination. No, I growing where I see a lot of current leaders in Main Stage Improv, and I see a lot of potential for leadership. What does that look like? A stable of teachers under Main Stage in different parts of Illinois and Indiana. That's going to be coming in February. Some news on that. And so if you're in Indiana and you're like, I need an outlet, but that's too far to drive to Tinley or to Orland Park, don't worry, we're going to be coming to you. And so there'll be part of that where I can't be everywhere. I'm not Michael Keaton from that movie Multiplicity. I know nobody gets that reference except you, Jamie.
A good 90s movie reference.
Except you, Jamie. I can always count on you. Where you can create, copies of yourself and put them out. And there's only so many times in the day, hours in the day. But we are, like Main Stage Productions too, one of the things we are looking to do is towards the end of 2025 is to have a big a retreat that is all about you and a lot of healthy things like goal setting, positive affirmation, and there'll be fun activities, a little improv for sure.
Back rubs.
Yeah, I don't know about back rubs, okay? But
I kid.
that's a personal choice.
Oh, all right.
but,
It's an option. It's an upcharge.
But something where, I'm just saying, like, we live in times where it's very negative. You turn on the TV, negative. You go on social media, negative. You go on Facebook, and people are just negative. And that negativity can pervade and get into you. I think we're getting some sort of question online here or something. Adam had a question here.
You want to try log?
Yeah, here, I'll try to log in. But so the idea here is to build positivity. And, this past Monday, as we're doing affirmations at the end of my improv classes, and we talk about one good thing somebody did in class. And one of my students, Angela, who actually was Mandy's mentor as a lawyer, and she's come to my Speak Like a Champion Today classes with Mandy, and she had some very kind words for me, and she said, these classes are the highlight of my week. And she said, and I know from being part of that Speak Like a Champion with you and Mandy, that you are a big reason why. And I mean, very humbling to hear those words, because I know in this negative time where you turn on the 5 o'clock news and then you shut it off, you don't feel good, right? It's like eating a Big Mac. You don't feel good after you've digested it. And so to be able to spread positivity, and you get what you give. And I've seen Angela in classes. One, she is a great improviser. She improvised in high school. And so some of the younger performers say, we love working with her because it raises our level. I feel safe when I'm in a scene with her, and it's all true. And I could see from her own vim and vigor when she takes stage in class, it's palatable how much like she's shining. And I love it. And I love the fact that I can help somebody, find their peeps, find their confidence, find their joy in a small part of the world where it's, like I said, it's very difficult to find or challenging to find. And we can affect maybe our family positive, hopefully, or our neighbors, but to expand that where you can help a lot of people find joy and happiness and community. I think is something I love doing, and I'm glad to be even just a small part of that and see them grow, achieve, and find some sort of happiness.
Yeah. Let's see.
See
if you can log on there and see if. Comment.
So this is where my great tech savvy comes.
We're gonna record this for documentation.
Watch me now get negative as I try. This phone causes me so much strife.
You should see the screen cover. That might be part of it.
But I had some of my peeps from my old improv troupe. I love you guys. No Limit Laughs. They're great in Orland. Check them out on Fridays every month. But what
Are you logging on yet?
No. Because so how would I do this? What did I do?
Log on to your YouTube page.
I'm on it.
And then go to our live.
There's a live thing? Right.
Let's see what we're doing right now. No.
Yeah. Here, while you're doing this, you figure I can't.
Not.
So this is where my phone never works. So if there's a live.
How about it? Oh yeah. Oh, we got.
Oh here, live streams. You're right. There's videos and live streams.
Backing up in a toll booth. Welcome to Indiana.
Yeah. No kidding. Okay. Well. View all. This is great streaming. Garrett, frustrated with his phone. I mean, this sends more phantom messages.
Right. Oh, wait, here. Y'all are loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay,
so
thanks,
we didn't
Brandon.
have any questions.
Yeah, so I don't. Adam had something. Judy had something. Well, either way,
anyway.
Text me it, guys, because I can't.
Go.
I can get your text, but
we'll figure this out.
Me trying to figure out technology. But my No Limit Laughs peeps. One guy like earlier this year answered some text that I sent a year before, so like end of 2023, and said something Garrett, and I said, I sent that a year and a half ago. And he goes, what? I just got it. And then Sean Conroy he texts, yeah, it's Garrett's phone. It does that. And those who know me know my phone has like weird, I don't know. But, and I've changed phones, same thing. So same juju, I don't know. Technology doesn't like
Well,
it.
if you got any questions or you want to
Just
ask Garrett how he keeps that ponytail so straight and shiny, or that beard glowing like it does, nobody?
So Israel, every show has to do a ponytail joke.
I don't have to. It just automatically comes out.
And then he did an intro for me this past show, and for some reason it was like 12 minutes talking about my ponytail. The audience was revved up by then. I think they were like rearing to go to the doors, and leave. No, it was like about a minute. It was pretty good. What is this? Will I ever be a guest on the podcast? And I can't read who said that. Let me see if I can get the live feed. You talk while I try to.
Yeah, well, the reason, we started talking about doing stuff. We did one with Megan. You and Megan sat down before. What show was that? A month or so ago?
That was the open mic show.
Open mic show, yeah. And
it's Kevin.
Oh.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. No, Kevin, you will not. I'm sorry. And it was a lot of fun. And then we did that on Facebook, which is lost to history, unfortunately.
I know. I saw it. They deleted it. Comedy Brand says it's Kevin. Which Kevin? Kevin Hickey or Kevin?
Kevin Hickey, I think.
Yeah, I can't tell. It says Waverly Brothers. Okay, now I'm getting text. Hold on. That's Kevin. They just asked that. I got you, brother. Okay, so see, I'm reading. I'm so bad with my phone. And the only thing worse is my vision. So like the tiny text. So is it Kevin Hickey or is it Kevin?
Either way, absolutely.
Sure,
Why not?
absolutely. Yeah, you'll be the next. We're gonna be going to the car wash. We'll pick you up. We'll podcast.
Pod on the way to a show. Actually, we'll get Mike too, and that we can pick him up, and we'll be on time. Just kidding, Mike.
So, but I love the fact that we have a lot of people in the casts. We have a big roster now, and one of the reasons why is not everybody is available for all the practices. Not everybody is available to do the show. We also have people who can't do practices, but they want to help out, so they sign up to do tech for shows and set up our banner, courtesy of Effective Signs. Thank you, Wade from Effective Signs, Tinley Park. Check them out. If I ever seen Israel, what car are you driving? I like the look. Do you? It's Comedy Brand. So, what are
Brand,
you
you're
driving?
definitely going to be on the pod, Brand. You're in, man.
Totally, Eddie. Yeah, he likes your hat too, he's saying, and you're a svelte guy.
Okina's front porch, what up?
I forgot the question.
That's all right.
Let me try to log
Let's
on.
talk about how great Brandon is again.
Let me see if I can find the live. So it would be under playlists.
Oh, it's Jamie. Hey, Jamie.
Oh, hey, Jamie. We gave you some.
We were
props.
talking about Piper earlier, too.
Yeah, your daughter, fantastic.
Rock star in the making, for sure.
Yeah. So, create new playlists. Recently added.
That's all right. We'll figure that part out later.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing like staring at a phone when you're talking.
I know, totally. Oh boy.
And tonight we said is the Curtain Call Jam. I know a bunch of our people are going out to that. That is a lot of fun and a little bit different than the format we do. Ken has a couple people that will have dedicated, but more just bringing everybody that wants to get up. You can talk a little bit about the differences, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, Ken does a great job, and he does long-form classes called Unscripted. I really highly recommend doing those. And there'll be some people that are part of that Curtain Call community that do that, and there's some people from the Main Stage that I send his way, and he'll send people my way, but they're very complimentary, his classes and what we do. But the way he runs these jams is he'll have some of the classes come up and do some some bits, but then he'll have some games where it's all audience invited up. Piper and the music.
The music box.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
awesome.
last night. But Ken does a great job. So I always tell my students, go up there and get on stage, because especially my fundamentals class, week 1 people are thinking I can't be on stage, and you're thinking with your week 1 experience. But by week 8, you have more confidence. We've built your skills, right? The more you do, the more confident you are doing it, and the more confident you are doing it, you'll have a better show. So, and they do, and it's magic. And I just remember when I was at Second City, I was going into level B, and I asked my teacher, Jana, hi Jana, who's been a big influence in my teaching and stuff. A lot of her lessons have really stuck with me. So I really appreciate that. But I pulled her aside after class and said, can we get more opportunities outside of class to do shows and stuff? And she said, yes, and I will talk to you on how you can do that. So she met with us, and my class, my level B, we would meet, we got into some competition shows, and once you were in shows, you could reserve room space at Second City. So we would do our 3-hour class, and then we would actually rehearse, and it was about getting more reps, and the more reps you get, the stronger you are, and then the more confident you are. So whatever leads to that confidence in anything you do, it's about the reps. And so, that's my philosophy, because one of my students, former students actually, he's doing Second City now, and sometimes he'll cut Second City to come to some of our gazebo events at the Volk Visual Arts Center, and he's like, class was too boring. But this guy is super high level, Eric Gill, he goes by, and so he'll get bored easily because his skill level is over here, and he's, but Second City's been a fun journey, but he's not going to even be on the stage until after his level D class, and he's already been on stage. And I was always like, the future is now, right? Nowadays, back in the 90s, the quarterback who was drafted number 1 would hold the clipboard, like Mike McCauley likes to do, hold the clipboard for a couple years or be on the bench, then they put him in. Now, if you're the number 1 draft pick, you're opener on starting day. And the future is now. And I would see stuff in class that we would do back at Second City. I'm like, we are going to get laughs on stage if we did this on stage. So, and that's my philosophy, is like, the future is now. This idea that we got to make this stage, we got to wait till we get on there. And even then, at level 4, you're going to be given 10 minutes with a team of 16 in a 50-minute show with 4 other teams of 16. And so people try to bulldoze and rush stuff, and then the show kind of is not good. It falls apart.
So, Garrett, talk about what made you, because you were doing improv, you did the classes and all that, you were part of the other troops, but something you were like finally decided to do classes and stuff. Like, why was that? What happened?
So part of it was like I was doing a lot of workshops before the pandemic, and a lot of and even during the pandemic I did a class online, under Yes and Improv. But I was doing a ton of workshops. One of my my Second City peeps, Mike Scampini, him and I would do co-workshops, and then I would start doing workshops in the city alone, and so on and so forth. And in other big events, I actually gave a big improv workshop at the Illinois Works annual meeting a while back, about a little bit over a month ago, and so it was fun seeing people come up, do these things, find their voice on stage, but also be funny in the moment. And like I said, that laughter builds camaraderie and stuff. But the reason I said, and this is going to be kind of like a sad reason, but my dad was diagnosed with colon cancer, and I was there when I took him to for his colonoscopy, and the doctor was really blunt, so I wasn't ready for those news. And so I kind of took a break from improv at the time, from my Fourth Wall group and some other stuff. And then somewhere during that time, my wife Mandy is like, you should just do your own stuff. Like, life is too short. He had successful surgery. He's cancer free. Knock on wood. He's been doing great. I work with him. I love him. He's a big mentor for me. But life is too short. And so I wanted to make it official. My wife's a lawyer, so she's was able to do all the paperwork for me, and it made that like something more tangible. It was just another step of in the process, right? And so like there's a process of growth. You have to crawl before you can walk, before you can run, before you can fly. And I like to say, like, I believe we're just starting on that sprinting phase right now. I think we're just growing and growing, and there's some good things to come. Classes in other places that are not in Tinley Park. And then another thing you said about what would 2026 look like is performing more out-of-state gigs and having a bigger traveling presence. We started doing a lot of traveling in the beginning, and but then we kind of became centralized with our location in Tinley Park. But I want to go back to some of my original goals that I had for the group. But as my assistant director, Brandon, who I shared a lot of this with when I was first starting out, when he was at those silent auditions evaluating and playing with the performers, we were just catching up. He goes, Garrett, look at what you had in the beginning. Like a lot of these goals you had came true. And so, and that's the thing, is just kind of revisiting what my original goals were, focusing on that while growing. And what I realized this year too, and thanks to you, Israel, he's very funny on the stage, very quick-witted. But one thing I really appreciate about you, Israel, is that you are very creative with your ideas. You have such great ideas. In fact, it was Israel who said, I was just picking up a camera or dropping off a camera at his house. He's like, come on out and sit down for like 10 minutes and let's talk. And we were talking about future shows. And he said, for Comedy Gladiators, why don't you make them your students? And it was like perfect. And that's my favorite class of the year. But it's because I got to see these people put in another situation, grow a little bit, and succeed. That show was so packed, and there was huge laughs throughout. And so I love the ideas, but I now have a Main Stage Improv board, and Israel is one of the members, and I need that. Why doesn't Barber cut his own hair? Because he can't see the back. Why doesn't Garrett cut his own hair? Because he doesn't cut his hair. Trick question. I gotcha. I got the ponytail. So I really, and I was actually going through some notes that Heather and him gave me a couple months back. I was literally going over them again earlier this week to revisit, and I'm like, these are all good ideas. And sometimes with the workaday world of life, you don't get to implement some things right on the spot, but I want to always revisit that and start slowly, if not more quickly, achieve some of those things. But one of the things we did, and we did get it done, was the banner. We talked about that just for pictures, promotional pictures, and it looks nice,
Well, and we've also, I mean, I'm not patting myself, but all the shows you've got now on YouTube available for people to watch, our presence have grown. You grew Facebook big time, and I think we're expanding that now, and we're going to keep growing that. But there's a lot of interest, a lot of people, a big audience has grown for Main Stage and for improv in the area, and so it's great to be growing that and increasing that.
And so that's the idea, is like what got you here won't get you there. So like you constantly have to be growing, not just your staff and your players, but also your audience. And that's why having different areas to either teach at, to build up the improv community there, I think is just a organic next step.
Yeah. And so we're only not too far out. So before we wrap up, maybe we talk a little bit about probably what everybody came to hear about was Notre Dame football, right?
Of course, my friend. Notre Dame Navy, it is...
Notre Dame versus the United States of America Navy.
And what I love about this rivalry is one of... team will stand with Navy when they play anchors away at the end, or their alma mater at the end. Navy, what I love about Navy is those cadets, they don't quit. So when you play the Naval Academy, they play so disciplined. And so if they get a touchdown lead, and then they play keep away ball, where if you had 71 offensive possessions, it may be reduced to like 50, and that limits what you do. So if you have turnovers and you play undisciplined, it's going to have rain. We're going to have rain tonight. So it could work in Navy's favor, they play keep away ball, and they get like 3 yards every carry, so they'll go 4 downs, and they can get that first down and have these 10-minute drives that eat up the clock. So, but there's a mutual respect there. And when World War II was happening, and Frank Leahy, who was the coach at the time,
it's right in line with Garrett's usual time of reference.
Yeah. That's probably true.
Go ahead, sorry.
I do have all these obscure references, but I'm reading a book right now called American Coach by former ESPN writer Ivan Meisel. It's an excellent book because it's very history-based. But
Where is he coaching?
No, he was a writer for ESPN,
okay.
And I actually met him at the Notre Dame bookstore during the Purdue weekend with Israel's sister-in-law, Erica Moore. Hey, Erica. And I'm like, I used to listen to this guy's podcast with the old football guru Bino Cook, and it was such a great podcast because they just talked football without this yelling and promotion of one conference over. It was just football purity, and Bino Cook was more colorful while Ivan is more dry, so that strange glue worked. But Frank Leahy then served the United States military, but Notre Dame took in, if it wasn't for the Naval Academy and them taking in them as students, the university could have closed. So what happens is they owe a debt, and they said, we will play you until you guys don't want us to play anymore. And that's why they play. See, honor is a thing, right?
Interesting.
Not nowadays, like USC wants to back out because they're too afraid. We understand USC. Go ahead and play Northwestern on Friday night instead. I love the Wildcats, though.
Trash talking.
Well,
trash talk.
We're not abandoning the rivalry because we've lost the last 8. They are. But it might have been the last 10. All
right. Well, you ready
predictions.
to? Yeah. What's your prediction today, Garrett?
Pain. No. My prediction: Notre Dame 43, Naval Academy 17.
Wow, big scoring game. Okay.
Post your predictions. If you are closer than I am, you get a mug. One person, the person who has the closest score to the actual score of the game, and it has to be postmarked. It has to be postmarked before the end of the game and before the beginning of the game. I'll give you a Main Stage mug. We're going to have some fresh off the assembly line Halloween mugs very soon.
Yeah. Well, great. This has been a lot of fun. We talked for almost an hour, Garrett. 52 minutes.
And we had one listener.
We got up to 5 at one point. Come on now.
Okay.
That's 10% of our subscribers.
But if you're not a subscriber, please click below and subscribe to our page. We'll have giveaways and more. And go to Facebook to visit Main Stage Improv because we post a lot of show notifications and we post some giveaways as well.
And, okay, we got some, what's that, 34-17 prediction?
Oh, well, 34-17.
Right. We'll check these and mark these down.
Yeah, we'll mark them down for sure. And then,
we'll work on, thanks to everybody putting a question. We'll work on that so we have a better way to respond. But I think it was a lot of fun.
ND35 Navy 7.
Wow, okay.
I can't read who that is, though, because my 35-7, okay.
Well, good. Well, look for some stuff from the stadium and maybe the campus. We'll walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
And do that. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. It was a lot of fun.
Take care. Go Irish.
I just got to figure out how to end it.
Go. That was it.
Here, right there.